Wow, it is now our third episode of PG.
30! Hey guys, good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, guys.
It's a Thursday night and it's a long weekend.
If you're in the Philippines.
Yes, because of.
Soju!
This podcast is powered by Soju, not the drag queen, but the drink.
Alright. Okay, so there's a long weekend ahead of us. We have Ninoy Aquino Day tomorrow. So it's a legal holiday.
It's a
here
non-working
in the Philippines.
holiday.
It's a non-working holiday. So for those listening to us, we're drinking tonight
Yes.
because it's a long weekend.
Because when you end the week and it's been a heavy week, all you want to do is eat a sushi bake and drink.
Shout out to Oh Baked Goodness
Yeah,
for
we just-
our sumptuous dinner.
Yeah, we just had it earlier. It was really good. Jonathan's gonna link his vlog to the podcast maybe, or he has a different he has a vlog account for mukbangs, and yeah, we really enjoyed our dinner, guys. Right?
Yes, it was really an good experience by Baked Goodness.
Yes. It's nice. We're on our third episode, and we'd like to apologize for maybe the audio issues of the second episode. Yeah, logistics issues came about. So we don't have any guests tonight, right?
Nope.
Wala tayong guest. Sige lang.
It's just us, so I'm nice.
This is Gio.
And this is Jaytan.
And for tonight, we're just going to talk about random stuff.
Random.
Things and experiences from our early to around mid 3/4
What?
into our 20s.
This is how random we are.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Hoy, Jaytan.
Yes, Gio.
Ang taba mo.
Gio is drunk. So
Yeah, I mean,
pasensya
it's
na.
I'm powered by Soju. This has been a really good night. Not a good night for Jaytan. Binabaral ko na siya kanina pa. But I mean, I love him. I already
I love you too.
gave myself the designation of the second wife. Si Eunice is the bad wife. I'm the good wife.
I'm the cute wife.
Wow, kapal na mukha ako.
Okay.
So that's 13.9% alcohol soju into Gio's.
Yeah, I mean, it made me
System.
realize why I have not had soju. Well, soju isn't my drink of choice because usually it's gin. It's
Okay.
gin.
You're a
On
gin
the-
guy?
Oh, gin on the
I
rocks.
didn't know.
It's gin.
We've
Oh.
been drinking for so long,
No,
for
kasi,
many times.
na
and
ganito,
we've
I-
never drank gin ever together.
Kasi mahal, dude.
The single source gin.
Whatever.
Di ba mura lang ang Ginebra?
No.
Di ba gin nyo?
Okay, ganito.
Gin bulag.
Well, I'm not a drinker, so hindi ako maarte when it comes to like what I drink, because I make it a point that when I drink, I don't drink socially. It always has to have an effect. Kailangan malasing ako when I drink.
Oh.
Alright.
So, exciting.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So shout out to my friends sa Rensol kasi mahilig sila sa gin. Genesis, Annie, Shara, Eugene drinkers.
And it's really apt, no? Kasi I think our 20s were really not defined, but like discovering alcohol. Well, for me, discovering alcohol was really part of my.
You didn't
my
drink
20s.
nung college?
I had a weird college upbringing. It felt like an extension of high school. So
Really?
a lot of things.
Kasi you're still in your home.
Yeah, I
hometown.
was studying college in my hometown. So a lot of things, a lot of the rules that came into play in high school socially were still applied in college. And our class, our batch. Eunice and I are classmates. We're classmates in high school. And I don't know, it just felt like the typical nerd story of not really discovering life early on.
Nerd
I-
alert.
I did
Gio is a nerd.
nerd alert. I did not drink. I did not go to bars. I did not smoke. I was really, honestly, I think I was really a tame student.
That was what?
College.
You were 19?
20. 18, 19, 20.
20.
So, because we're talking about parang chronological
Mm.
timeline
But Jayden is
of
also
our-
a nerd, but he drinks a lot.
Yeah, I think drinking culture really, you start developing that kind of habit in college when your body is still able to take in a lot of
Yeah.
alcohol and yet you're able to function the following day.
Well, actually,
Right? No,
Yes,
kasi
yes,
that's-
yes,
right?
yes.
when I was in college, I really cannot tolerate a lot of alcohol. I only was able to tolerate more alcohol during my third or fourth job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sad.
No, I think it's also because of the culture of the organization.
Maybe.
Like we drink until this our personal like drops unconscious.
Are you chewing ice right now?
Yeah, sorry.
Eunice is chewing ice, so medyo garbled yung sinasabi niya. But anyway, yeah guys, 20s.
So
It's
what can
almost
you
done.
say?
So
We're
we're
done
on
na
the
ako. I'm 30 na.
where Eunice is done with her 20s. We're almost done. Gio and I. We have months left
Months.
before we turn 30.
I mean, what a way to end your 20s, no?
Starting a vlog?
No, living during a pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this was not how we imagined it to be. But yeah, at this point, it's still a privilege to actually talk about it with levity. So I guess Jayden just asked me to come closer because malayo ang mic. But yeah, this is my question for you, Nis, though. You're already 30, like did you really feel a switch or that literal light switch happening that from 29 you transitioned into 30 and your mindset changed, things change with how you look at the world or your perspective?
Well, I've been 30 for
A few months.
a few months, like 2 months pa lang yata. 2 months and a week. Wala naman.
Which just proves nung stupid ng question ko.
No, I think it has a point, but I'm not sure if it's just because of the pandemic that I wasn't really able to process that I am actually 30 right now.
No?
Because I turned 30 during the pandemic lockdown, June 16. And actually, before that, my plan was to do all the challenges that people gave me, which I posted on Facebook. Like, well, most of them to lose weight. But because of the pandemic, I wasn't able to do that because I was focused on maintaining my sanity and
Balance.
earning a living.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but everything's cool.
Did you miss your 20s? Do you miss your 20s? Or do you miss
Yeah.
a huge chunk of your 20s? Like, you wish you could go back almost? Are there moments?
Well, for me, I think it's really more of the burden that you have right now that makes you wish that you could actually go back to the time when I think everyone who's on the adulting stage is going through sometimes like wishing that, hey, I wish that the biggest problem that I had was tying my shoelace. I mean, like,
Wow, sa 20s mo. Matututo ka like shoelace.
I'm saying that a lot of people in the adulting stage would want to go back to the times when they had less problems.
Yeah, I think it's not so much a mental regression, but it's also more of just harking to nicer times,
Exactly.
more comfortable times.
Less
Yes.
complicated times.
Yes. So how would you describe your 20s? I mean, it doesn't have to be one word, but like tell me about it. I know I think I was there for the most part, but for the listeners out there, tell me about it.
Well, my 20s, I think, in comparison to right now, I think I was fearless. I was very adventurous on a lot of things, and I could party all night and wake up early in the morning and go to work.
Oh my god, the party.
So I could remember us drinking on a Sunday evening,
Oh yeah.
and we had to report to work on a Monday. So
We don't even care, right?
Yeah.
Like, we meet on Wednesdays or
yes,
Tuesday
yes,
evenings.
remember that. Kasi it was sangria or ano ba? There was this. Okay, for
Wednesday night.
reference. Like obviously we've been friends since forever, and we used to have we used to frequent this tapas bar in BGC, now closed. But it was our favorite place to like hang out, have tapas. And since we were cheap back then, well, we were cheap now, pero ano, we liked getting their unlimited sangria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think that was really a hallmark of collectively our memories, the memory of our twenties as friends, right?
Anli ba yung sangria?
Yes.
Only tapas.
Anli tapa.
No, we
No,
we
even
also
as-
had only wine.
Only wine.
Only
yeah.
wine, but
Only
not...
wine. Not
we
only
did-
sangria.
Oo, no, ang...
Okay, yeah. Tama,
Anli
tama.
sangria.
Okay. Tama.
Yeah.
So for those na hindi alam yung sangria, it's like
Spanish.
it's a mix of wine,
Timpla na siya.
Gin,
It's like a cocktail, Spanish style cocktail.
fruits. So it's really a lovely drink to have, especially when you had to dance the flamenco
Oh my
or
gosh,
salsa. That bar had some
It was a nice bar.
music playing.
Every Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Thursday's flamenco night.
No, but what
No,
what
it's
day did we used to
Wednesday.
go to? What
It's
day
Wednesday,
tayo?
I'm sure.
More of a Wednesday.
Wednesdays were
Wednesday.
their unlimited tapas. Tama ba?
I think.
Yeah, makes
I
sense kasi
forgot.
it was a hump day. Wednesday is a hump day, and so
What's a hump day?
a hump day is like
Maham.
like
Maham.
no, you know how it's like it's the hurdle that you need to push
Get over.
through and get over.
Uh-huh.
Like to get to the next part of the week, which makes it more exciting to look forward to the weekend. Parang gano'n, yan ang pagkakaintindi ko sa hump day.
Okay.
But you still do that now, right?
I do that na. No, I do. I look forward to the weekend starting Monday.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh
So
God,
for
I
me,
miss
I
my
think
20s.
my 20s work. work.
Hanggang ngayon naman.
Work. Travel. I really love to travel, do volunteer community work. And what else have I been doing in my 20s? Ayun, well actually if I recall my 20s, I think one of the best things was our night outs really
Yeah.
in BGC, just getting drunk and running around BGC
Yeah,
like kids.
and not caring. And guys, for reference, obviously the sweldo or the salary that we were getting back then,
Super small.
it was really small. Like we were starting out, all of us were starting out, and so but it didn't really matter, right?
Mhm.
Because when you come from
because
college,
it's only
yeah, no, but
No,
when
joke.
like that idea that after college,
Mm.
I'm not sure. Ako lang, maybe ako lang din to. But like, any kind of money that goes your way, that's not your parents' baon for you. It's a nice feeling, right? It's a
Mhm.
nice feeling, especially if you get your first salary, no matter how small it is. Like maybe, is it a middle class thing? I don't know. Or parang gets nyo that
You enjoy your money?
yes, parang you feel that this money is yours, you've earned it, and so you've also earned the right to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it applies for any social class, unless for those who are really filthy rich,
Yeah,
who doesn't
Who
care.
like if you've been
The
born with
only money
millions
also.
in your bank account, maybe this is not the podcast for you. So kaway mga class CD.
I think we have our respective guilty pleasures when we receive our salaries.
Mhm.
So we tend to spend on something. Now,
like Moji.
Ngayon yun.
yeah, and I think it's really a stage of discovery when you're
Food
when you
talaga.
got out from from your parents support system,
Maybe, yeah.
and then you can now fend for yourself.
Almost fend for yourself, yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually spend a little more than usual when it comes to food, drinking, etc.
But like, at what age did you discover the need for plans? Like, I know not when I say plans, yung mga, like full disclosure, si Jaytan, diba? You sell Manulife, and so that idea that you need to invest, you need to take care of your money, you need to put it in some place that would actually generate more growth, more than a bank.
Mm.
Did you like learn that early on, or was that something na you just discovered when you made the mistakes of like, oh shit, wala akong ganito, wala akong ganyan, bakit sila meron? Parang ganun.
Well, lucky for me, I started at a very young age. I think even when I got my first job, I already started doing installment for a lot.
Mhm.
Back in the province, I also got my first investment, first insurance at with my first job. Even how small the salary was, relative to now, I started investing. I started buying something that will be fruitful for the future. So I think that was something nice that I have done when I was in my early 20s.
Mhm.
Sana all.
Well, actually, I also invested in an insurance through you during my
Yeah.
first job. I really remember this because I was so confident. Kasi you just graduated and then you feel like you have a lot of money.
Yes. That's the
And
idea, no?
no, but I was like, my take home back then was around 13,000, and I was like,
Wait,
Jonathan, I want.
per cut off or for the
No,
month?
that's for the month already. That's take home, ha.
Oh, take, okay,
And then I
okay,
was
okay.
like, Jonathan, I'd like to get insurance, like that, like that. Tapos sabi niya,
Hindi
oh,
pala
you can.
malayo ang take home natin kahit kasi papunta minimum wage pala.
Minimum tayo noon. So,
Oh my God.
sabi ko kay Jaytan, parang, sige, bigyan mo ko ng insurance, ganyan. Tapos sabi niya, you can get the 1.5. I think you offered some around 1,000. Then I said, no, wala bang mas malaki?
Kapal ng mukha eh. Ang kapal ng mukha
Like
eh.
mga 3,000 ganyan, wala pa naman akong binabayaran, etc. etc. Just to know na later on hindi ko na siya mabayaran. Sabi ko, pwedeng pa-pause muna yung bayad.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So guys, full disclosure, as an insurance advisor, I always try to match the need of the client to their capacity and
But if
as
you
well as
insist.
to their goals. But if you insist, why not? Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, alam mo, parang now that kinikwento niyo yan, I don't know, I think ako lang siguro yung medyo more irresponsible with my money, with my small salary back then. Kasi, okay, isa-segue na natin to, na, alam mo yun, parang, obviously you've been together since college. Pero ako, like, I've had my share of dates, boyfriends, exes, boyfriends, exes. And, I don't know, but, like, with my first boyfriend,
So you invested in them.
yeah, I mean, kasi it just,
ikaw ba taga-bili?
no, ganito. I invested in my Instagram account na kailangan puno ng pagkain from different places. So yun. No, I mean, I did not support them, obviously. Hindi ako ganun. But it was more,
Pero okay naman mga ex mo.
yeah, okay talaga sila.
Financially okay naman
Huh?
yung mga ex mo.
Oo, no, ang kapal na mukha,
Mayayaman,
no?
besh.
Ang kapal na mukha, no? Tapos parang, bakit hindi na ako nililibre more often? The first one,
Kasi
medyo
mayaman ka din na.
No, I don't know.
Aminin mo naman kasi na.
Sige, bakit ko man ito lilibre? Mukha naman ito mayaman ka din.
So I think I was really irresponsible though sa money ko in my 20s. Like, I did get plans from you, but
Later na, no?
yeah,
Later
later
na
on
yun.
na. But at the same time, the idea of investing, of portioning out my salary. Sorry, I just burped. Of portioning out my salary for this and that. Wala eh. It was a thought at the back of my head, but didn't really occur to me.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of my younger friends keep on asking me in terms of getting a condo at a young age. So I got my first condo at 22 years old, but that's only because my parents helped me with the initial down payment, and also because I got a new job which was like around 3 times bigger than my first job, and I wasn't really paying anything because I was like 22 back then. So I decided to get a condo kasi I didn't want to pay rent. And siguro initial heads up lang, it feels like it's very ideal, but it can also hinder you from other goals.
How
Say
so?
because so when I got a condo, I was paying for the house lang around 15 to 16,000.
Kaway-kaway, Hampton Gardens.
Hi Hampton. And then so my job like was paying me around say 30 or 33, ganyan, net. And half of that goes directly to the condo and all the payments sa bahay. So, it was also a sacrifice kasi that's a big portion of your sweldo
True.
that goes directly to just the house.
But this is
And
the amortization. There's a lot of
No,
other
it-
expenses.
no, kasama na
Kasama na
yung
lang.
kuryente, etc., etc.,
Hindi mo
maintenance,
kilala ang
yung
Hampton.
15 to 16 kasi you pay pa for the condo dues, the kuryente, the maintenance, etc., etc. So say for example 15 to 16 kasi it also hindered me from really applying for scholarships kasi of course if I go abroad or if I stop working, yung mga ganong choices.
Yeah, it's that big obligation that
Uh-huh.
alam mong it's not that easy to let go of.
So for those young ones who would like to invest also, just make sure that you talk, maybe better to talk to someone who already did that.
Been there, done that.
So that you will be informed also of the things that you're letting go kasi nothing is free din. So there are really advantages and disadvantages in
Yeah.
your decision. So for me, yun yung biggest that I had to let go because of that investment. Yung freedom to just apply for scholarships, resign from my job, and fly out.
Kaway-kaway, social class B, C,
Yes,
D.
mga walang pera.
Yeah, hi. We see you.
But class B is already one of the top income earners.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, whatever. Mahal ko sa'yo.
Pero baka naman kasi yung mga class B, mahal din yung mga kondo na kinuha
Yeah,
nila.
oo.
Mura
So,
lang kasi
maybe
yung
maybe their luho is not that din,
Yeah.
cheap.
So yun lang for kasi a lot of people are asking me also. But now I have it rented for for the long haul. So I'm not paying, it's self-liquidating, which means it pays for itself as an investment.
Which is good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we can have another episode on financial planning, buying or getting a condo and all those stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
Stuff.
So since this is a mash-up,
Yeah, I mean, wala lang.
wala lang, whatever you want to talk about.
Are we good now with finances? Can we go on to another,
Yeah.
move on to another topic?
How are relationships? How were your relationships?
So this is the part na medyo boring, this gets boring kasi if you ask Jayden and Eunice to speak about theirs, ano ba? Marami ba kayong masasabi? Marami ba kayong,
Wala. Just that one time.
No, ganito. No, but
Interesting.
this is what I'm really curious about. You've been together since college.
Mm-hmm.
You're now married. Upon ending your 20s, you got married, and so you basically have more than 10 years na kayo.
Yes.
So you basically have more than a decade's worth of experience being a couple together, and so is it right to say that you've actually seen each other turn into different people? Not for the worst, but I mean just transform. In general, parang change, transform. Kasi I hear that story a lot, or I hear that anecdote a lot, that couples who've been together for a long time, yun na nga, they have that privilege of like seeing each other grow. Was that the same for you guys?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think it's really. I think we've shared our insights on this matter in some other forum. And
wala ako doon, so
yes,
ikwento
yes.
nyo ngayon.
And just say. All right, so yeah, I think it's really very important for couples out there na to really get to adapt to the changes each of you will go through. There will be a lot of transformations, as Gia has mentioned. Magbabago talaga yung mga priorities along the way.
Can you break it down though into like segments? Like, kaya nyo bang i-break down into like phases na? Parang looking back, parang phase A, phase B, phase C. Parang kaya ba, or was it like too many to count na ba?
Hindi naman. I think it's really more of priority. I think the phases would be more of changing priorities. At certain times, I was more focused on work, and then Eunice was for a certain period of time, she was the more clingy type.
Talaga?
Yes, yes. So,
Wow.
so parang siya yung mas gusto na
Ito yung
laging
dinis-on ako
magkasama.
ng nanay ko.
Oh, okay.
Laging magkasama, etc., etc. So,
This was the
sometimes,
first part of our relationship. Or the
I don't
mid
know,
part.
I don't know how you would define the parts. Pero there was a point na parang, I wanted to work, but Eunice wanted to
No,
spend more
I
time
think
together.
are you talking about the time we broke up, leading to the breakup?
No, no. Before that.
So early nga.
Guys, may
Early.
pa-breakup na nangyayari.
No, pero yung early, that was because I didn't have work and I was experiencing a lot of problems also in my
Your personal
family life.
Family life.
Yeah, so I needed someone to, kasi back then, kasi I remember I was with Kila Yana. Yana, thank you for adopting me.
Hi, Yana. So,
Back then. Pero I don't really remember being that, that open
Mhm.
to sharing my these types of these heavy experiences back then. So I only had Jaytan talaga because my other very very close friends were far from me kasi
Proximity-wise,
ako
hindi
pa
kaya.
lang nasa Manila. Mm.
I'm confused though, or refresh my memory.
Mhm.
Did you come to Manila or come here, go there, come to Manila at the same time, or somebody
No.
somebody went first
He
So,
came here.
fresh after graduation, I went straight to Manila.
to work, or parang you applied
To work.
masters or whatever? Okay,
Work na.
What year was that? Hindi kayo kasabay?
That was 2011, April 2011.
Okay, so mas nauna ka.
Mm.
Okay.
And Eunice needed to review for
The
her
board.
board exams.
The board.
Oh, same as
Hindi pa, hindi kayo pwedeng pumunta dito Manila kasi
Gets.
mag-review pa kayo ng boards.
Oo. But even after that, I was based in Cebu for a year.
Yeah, I remember that.
But I was always in Manila kasi
because of work.
because my area are only reachable by plane via Manila kasi they're very rural,
Mhm.
like Calbayog, Catarman. So to the Leadcom communities, hello, I miss you guys. Yan, Calbayog, Catarman in Samar, and in the other side it's Roa City. So, ano lang sila yan yung mga one flight or two flights a day lang. O, one flight lang nga, naka-cancel pa pag malakas hangin.
Oh no, that area.
Oh.
So this is from a third. I know you guys.
Third wheel perspective.
From the third wheel perspective, worth it naman. Wow! Worth it ba? Like to see each other like grow into the people you are right now. Oh, ganito na lang. Let's reframe the topic. When you were in your 20s and you were together,
Humingi siya ng
Did you-
soju.
did you ever... Oh my gosh, hindi. This is gonna get, I'm gonna ask a very weird
Go
question. Looking back at your old selves, did you imagine this was almost the kind of life you would live or lead with each other?
Ikaw lang.
And I'm passing Jitan the soju right now.
Define kind of life in terms of...
Like, ganito, was there ever a point in your early 20s when you were together here, when you were starting out na imagine yun na ganito yung magiging buhay nyo right now?
Right now, this one?
Yeah, I mean, problems aside, but the kind of situation that you would be in right now, the kind of people or the kind of person Jitan would be, Eunice would be. Did you ever imagine na, ito pala magiging, not end goal, but this is now where you are right now?
I don't think so. We imagine how we are right now.
Malayo?
I think kasi if we talk about the late teens to the early 20s, we're very paano ba siya sabihin?
Different.
Hindi, masyado kaming ambisyoso, dalawa.
Okay.
So, if you ask us how we imagine our life by 30s, of course, ang nasa isip namin, marami kaming pera.
Mm-hmm.
We live comfortably. We're with a high paying job that's, alam mo yon, yung stable, that can provide the needs, yung walang ganitong fear of the unknown kasi you're not ready financially, even emotionally siguro, etc. So I would say no.
Mm.
Pero I am very thankful with what we have right now. Siguro if you talk about um loving and accepting Jaytan throughout the years. Kasi nung bata siya,
Nung bata.
nung bata siya,
Nung
like,
bata at payat pa siya.
nung college siya, sobrang payat niya, so hindi ko siya type. Nung naging chubby na siya, charot, nung content, tsaka
Yes,
pa
I
siya
can
naging
vouch
type.
for that.
Mas gwapo
Yes, a
siya
really
ng
nice
chubby.
belly. Wow. Waterbed belly.
But I would agree. Pero Jaytan was so mayabang talaga and taklesa in college. So, when he
Oh, wow, okay.
actually got into the human resource world, I saw how he changed.
Also, it was because of HR or the job that you've had.
I think so. Kasi parang sobrang naging relatable siya as a person. He knows how to relate across all types of people. And I think parati ko I think when I saw him, kasi kinuha niya yata ako for 1,000 pesos to assist him sa office.
Oh. Doing
Kasi,
what?
Parang EA niya for a day.
Oh.
And I saw him prepare iced tea for the applicants, yung mga
Ah.
construction workers, ganyan, mga engineers, etc. So, and I said, what are you doing? So, sabi niya, I prepare iced tea for them and I buy snacks kasi galing pa sila sa probinsya. So, pagod sila sa biyahe, ganyan.
Oh.
So, sabi ko nga sa kanya, I'm proud of how better of a person you are right now than
Because of-
years ago.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh.
Can I also add to that and vouch to that na okay, ganito ha,
Kinikilig siya.
Context, wag kang kiligin, okay? Context, I was the best man at their wedding. I'm not sure if wala kasi siyang choice. Kasi
Tanong mo nga, wala ba
Oo.
siyang friends?
Hindi, ayoko tanongin yun right now. But like the first time I met him, he was giving us a tour of Silliman. I was visiting Dumaguete with some friends. Eunice was studying there, so was Jaytan. And Eunice was like our little host for a time, no?
Mm.
You
Little host.
Chubby host.
and you wanted
na.
us to tour Silliman at night. And for some reason, God bless Silliman, may org kayo na
Happy Founders Day sila, man.
na yung mga tour guides,
Campus ambassador.
ambassadors.
Mm.
Ang tawag sa kanila ay campus ambassadors, guys, no? Tour guides lahat.
Uy.
Ambassador.
Joke.
Ng campus.
Oy guys, I love Silliman ha. Hindi ako taga Silliman, but I love Silliman.
Silliman.
No, but I mean yun na nga. The way he spoke, the way he carried himself, ang naisip ko lang, puta, douchebag to No, kasi like, seryoso. He's so different now. He's so different. And so I guess, to my point, like, it's nice if you allow life to mold you or to change you in the way that is better for you and better for other people.
Yeah, but I think you also need to have a partner. Or hindi naman kailangan partner eh. Partner in life, not really a lover or anything romantic.
Like a mentor,
A constant. Who is-
okay, gets.
Who is honest, brutally honest, who will tell you to your face when you're being mayabang, when there are things that you need to improve on, or there are aspects of your life that you can focus on to be a better person. I
That's
think you
nice.
need that person. Kasi,
Pero it's very important for that constant to be on a good direction. Baka yung constant mo.
Yeah, okay, ganun. Yeah, let's just preface it by saying that not all people have good influences in their lives.
Yeah.
And I think these two are just really lucky. Whoa! Kino-compliment ko sila. But these two are just really lucky that, they have their own idiosyncrasies, but they
but we
actually...
have you also.
Idiosyncrasies.
You're also like that.
Oh, big word.
Big word.
Drunk word.
Oh, excuse me. Maganda kayong vocabulary ko. But like, yeah,
we all have, I think we all have relatively good
Ako na yata ang
vocabularies.
pinaka hindi,
don't cut yourself some slack. Wow.
All right. Game.
Wait,
To your
what were you
point.
talking about?
Idiosyncrasies.
No, I mean yun lang that
we're getting closer to the mic.
not everybody is lucky to have somebody not an enabler but somebody who's able to like help that person parang go through life in such a way na, hey, mali tong ginagawa mo, or hey,
Mhm.
maybe you could try, alam mo yun, somebody who can tell it straight to your face without actually sugarcoating it.
Mhm.
And I think it's nice. I mean, it's you're lucky, honestly, like from a single person's point of view, na parang you're lucky that your partner is like that. Kasi di ba may mga ibang partners na medyo destructive
Yeah,
or medyo
yeah.
bad influence.
Mhm.
And some partners who would make consinte your bad
Bad.
habits.
Oh my God, ako ba yun?
Hindi ko alam. Ganun ka ba?
We don't know.
Oh, wow.
Hindi mo nakwento.
I don't know. Are we segueing na ba to me?
If you gusto mo lang naman
how was your
Romantically?
romantic relationships
in your 20s?
in your early 20s?
Oh my God, I was so naive.
So let's start with X number 1. Let's name him.
Gago ka. No, I will not name him. Ganito.
Hi.
Well, fuck you. No, but ganito, in a nutshell, I would have to say that early on, because I did not have the traditional kind of romance that you guys have, that a lot of straight couples have, it was so easy to become naive and impressionable when you start out with romance. Because you think it's like a fairy tale. You have these ideas of romance as all of the boxes are positive. All of the things in the checklist are supposed to be positive. You're supposed to live and lead a happy life. The hard lessons are there, but you choose to ignore it. So I think I was a kid. Even if I was already in my 20s, like it just felt like,
I'm just a
And-
kid.
song ba yun?
What?
Hindi yung song. But anyway,
What?
yeah, I mean, ganit. I made a lot of mistakes. Like even early on, I made a lot of mistakes that I'm still trying to reconcile hanggang ngayon when it comes to romance. When it comes to romance, I would have to say na I was very selfish. I think I was very selfish.
Selfish in what way?
My first relationship was all about riding the good waves. Was all about like parang enjoying each other's company, and when things got bad, I didn't really have the EQ to fight for it, because the moment things got really bad, and it was my fault, not his, okay? It was my fault, gago ako, naamin ko yan, gago ako.
Sino to? Si?
The first
number
one.
one?
It's number one. Oh yeah, Jonathan made a sign language with his hand. So yeah,
We'll just tag him.
and
A
I
joke.
just I don't know if you're listening. Wow, if you're listening, no, I just feel bad. Because maybe it's a soju talking, pero I wish I could have ended things. Kaito, looking back, I knew we weren't meant to be for each other.
Why not?
It just didn't work. Parang, ganito, I was
You
not
did not
honest.
make it work.
I was not honest with my feelings. Yun eh. I was, kasi towards the end of our relationship, I knew that hindi kami we were not meant for each other. Or I did not feel the same way as he was feeling.
Hindi
I
mo
feel
siya
yun
mahal.
eh.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Yun yung bottom line.
minahal ko siya. Wow! Minahal ko siya.
Talaga.
But
Pero hindi mo siya kayang ipaglaban na
Yes.
araw at piligin
Fine.
mo.
Oh, yeah.
I think kasi Gio fell in love. Pero I think in terms of intensity,
it wasn't.
it wasn't as intense siguro, or siguro
I fell in love with
Mas-
the feeling of love.
mas mahal ka niya.
Yes, that's it.
I think he was the ex who loved you the most.
Wow!
O hindi naman kasi natin nakita yung
Sino?
yung
Guys, there are like peeling away layers of my dating life. But like, yeah, he was a good guy.
he
Looking
was,
back,
Hello!
hello, good guy.
and in fairness sa kanya, he really tried to reach out to us, to
Really?
both of us. Hindi, not reach out, pero
Yung para make friends.
Make friends,
Okay,
oh.
yeah, he was good.
But
I
you
mean,
chose to break his
I
heart.
chose to break his heart because bakit? Kasi I was a bad person back then. I mean, I wouldn't really say hanggang ngayon good person na ako, but like
You chose to break
Yeah. And with the recent one, kasi I've only had 2 exes.
2?
Oh, formal.
Official.
Let's not count the hundreds of wow.
Grabe
but-
talaga yung hundreds.
Pero like yeah, if my early 20s were marked by that particular ex, and I think my mid to late 20s were already with
The latest.
the latest ex. And you know how did we discuss this before? But I like saying this I like repeating this with you guys. Na parang you fall in love with 3 different people.
You mentioned that
In your
in
life.
the last episode.
Oh, so hindi ko na i-mention.
And
No.
in the first.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I thought
Sige, for the new listeners, you can actually say it again.
okay, fine. The first one is the new puppy love. So all the good things about love you think you find with that person, but it ends up not really being the kind of love that you need. The second love is the hard lessons na. Now, whatever you did not learn with the first love, you get to learn here. So it's more intense, more painful. And the third love is the one. The third love may come or may not come, pero yun. And looking back, I would really say na si X number 2 was really the lesson. Kasi kasi a characteristic of that is you get to realize what you want and what you don't want out of love. And I did realize that. I was still naive though. I still let a lot of my insecurities, I still let a lot of my fears, doubts plague me. And I think looking back, the hard lesson there was I should have been more ready. I should have been more mature, maybe, approaching the relationship or building onto that relationship. I let a lot of my childish fears get the best of me. Like, yeah.
Pero yung tatlo, parang it doesn't really need to be like literal.
Yes,
literal na
yes.
tatlong tao,
Oo,
diba? It's
hindi
just,
naman.
parang, for example, the lesson can be 2 exes.
Yes,
ganyan,
so
ganyan.
that one I've already tried reconciled na
Tried.
malay natin, the one may never come.
Or he's like the 60th one.
Or parang the one you never saw coming. So,
Mm.
so in terms of my dating history, my dating life in my 20s, more mistakes than success, pero ganito, I loved the time that I had with both my exes. They really taught me a lot. And they really, I wouldn't be the kind of person I am today.
So what's the best lesson that they taught you?
The best lesson, how to joke. Oh my God!
Sige, explain
No,
mo
ganito.
in detail.
They made me realize what I want and not want from love. They made me realize the kind of partner I want to be and the kind of partner I should not be. And kaya ako takot. Maybe maybe in my 30s I'll be afraid of loving simply because the mistakes really hurt me. Uy, naantok na siya.
Kasi naman,
Soju.
Actually, ang ano ko talaga sa alak, niantok talaga ako sa alak.
Ako rin naman, but like
Pero it's fun. It's fun antok.
yeah, it's like a lasing discussion na.
May tanong ako, love, sa'yo. Hindi ka ba, nagsisisi na meron pala ibang babae. Ako lang ang
May caller.
in your 20s.
May caller. Hey, Camille, listen to a call. May tumatawag po
Hindi
ngayon.
naman.
Or what are your thoughts about?
Oh, yeah. Kasi ganito, context. Eunice and Jayton have been together since college, so obviously, even if they did almost break up at one point, they did not really date around.
Mhm.
They did not really actively date other people before ending up together for the last time. So, kahit pa paano masasabi nating stable and game-ish yung situation nila. With me naman, the total opposite.
Still dating around.
The total opposite. Before the lockdown started, I was open to dating around. And it did not really go anywhere. Pero yeah, grabe no? Grabe yung opposites natin.
Well, iba lang ang journey.
Pero ang tanong ko, ano ba yung point natin? Bakit ko tinanong?
Wala.
Saan tayo papunta?
Hindi
Saan tayo
niya
papunta?
sinagot.
Hindi niya sinasagot.
Alin, which one?
Gago
No,
pala
no,
to
no.
eh.
No,
Char,
I don't
clever.
regret. I don't regret it. There's always a value of. I think I had my I had
Time.
my fun times
My
early on
his
in life.
playboy time.
So yeah, okay
He's
naman.
admitting it
There's
na.
I'm gonna cut that out.
Hoy, no, no,
Uh,
no.
Why?
So
Do not cut that out.
so yeah, I think there's a value of staying long in a relationship, knowing the peculiarities of
Peculiarizations.
each other, and really growing together
Hmm.
as a couple.
So kasi you had your fair share of the dating around in your college years
Yeah.
and even before. Ako wala.
Well, lapitin ka.
Lapinin ng manliligaw. Pero
Lapitin ka. That's as much as I know.
Mhm. Yeah.
Walang masabi.
Wala naiya ako.
Oh, wow, excuse
Ay,
me.
shit.
Pero, like, looking back, no, I would really have
He's
to
my
say...
first
And your last.
and only.
Damn, son.
Damn.
Pero no, I would have to say that if my late teens were really about, like, alam mo yun, just following the rules, as much as my 20s still felt confusing and really painful almost, parang the 20s was really, I wouldn't be the kind of person I am today without the experiences of my 20s. And even if maraming kulang, honestly, ganito, I think you would be a hypocrite if you would say na, everything that happened in my 20s was so perfect. That's not really
Mhm.
that's not really fair, or that's not really right to say. But like right now, even if my life isn't perfect, and I'm not preaching, I don't want to preach, but like my 20s really helped me discover myself.
Hmm.
If I made as much as I made a lot of mistakes with relationships, the kind of person I am was really thanks to my 20s. Like how I speak, how I act, how I think almost. Kasi like it really opened me up, especially
And it
moving
was
here.
a fun 20s naman.
It was fun. It was
I
so
think.
fun. Yeah.
Oo, ako, no, I loved it. Kahit na sabi mo, I never got to party around. Hindi ko kasi na-experience yung dating around,
Yeah.
partying around. But to be fair, I did try to go to a bar. Hindi ko kaya kasing smoke. I can't breathe kasi I have
Priorities, girl.
allergic rhinitis. So, hindi rin ako nagtatagal talaga sa bar. So, maybe, hindi lang talaga siya.
I mean, you can always go to bars together.
No, we were together.
Okay.
It's just that I can't breathe.
Ayun lang.
So, I can't stay for long talaga.
I mean, I would be, obviously, I
No,
would
but
be
the
open
first
to
time
that.
I went in Hampton, I was able to breathe. The
Congratulations.
second time, matanda na ako. Hindi na.
Congratulations.
We got drunk, all of us.
Yeah,
Do you
oo.
remember that?
Guys, the thing that I miss with my 20s is being able to drink so much and yet still be able to function the following
Oh my
day.
gosh, ako no.
I miss that so much.
When we went clubbing, when we were in Hampton,
Oo.
I vomited for half a day
Ang
the
selan
next day.
mo.
And I went home early, remember?
Yeah, oo.
Kasi hindi na ako makatayo.
I mean, I remember, what was that bar? Valkyrie ba? Oh my God, Valkyrie. But like, I went to Valkyrie with a few of my friends' friends that became my friends na. And like, we were all so drunk after partying. We crashed in one of the condos of yung friend. And parang I distinctly remember one of the friends, kasi syempre hindi ko pa pwede pangalanan, ang hirap no. Pero like one of the friends like wake up at 5 a.m. and say goodbye to us kasi she has work pala that day.
Grabe, no?
Grabe.
Bilib ako sa mga
Parang wow.
Party people.
The endurance that people have almost.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I will be like vomiting my intestines out for half a day.
Right.
Even during the lockdown, I tried to drink. Inubos namin yung tequila here at home, and I was vomiting the entire day the next day. So I'm so weak.
Sige lang.
I hate to admit it, but yes. Wait, pero malakas ako uminom nung nasa ulap ako, di ba? Around when...
Not really.
24, 25.
Depending on how you would define malakas uminom.
Sa bagay, hindi ako nagba-blackout to.
Pero like, yeah, I mean, I would reiterate what I said earlier. Did I say it earlier? Now,
What?
when I drink, I drink to get drunk.
Yeah.
I'm not the type to socially drink.
Just for the sake of it na.
Yeah, so I really drink to get drunk. So right now, I drank a lot of soju kanina. So nawawala na siya ngayon because I'm talking and talking. Pero
Yeah, you drink more there sa ano pa.
But there's one experience I had with my college friends, my college barkada. We were like 24, 25. Alam niyo sikat sa sa Dumaguete na alak.
ano?
Tanduay.
Okay, sasabihin ko sa gin bulag. Bakit yun?
Tanduay na long neck,
Ah.
'di ba?
Wait, what the hell is a
I don't
tanduay
know.
long neck?
So it's
What's a tanduay long neck?
Yung mahaba yung
Mahaba
neck.
yung
Yeah, I know, pero is that like exclusive to the province?
Hindi,
No.
it's available nationwide. It's
No.
even
Let's
available
take it next
globally.
time.
Okay, fine. Anyway,
Oh,
anyway.
so dito sa Manila medyo pina-frown-upan ng
Bakit?
mga ewan ko, maybe
It reflects social classes ba? Or something?
hindi naman.
Wait, even I don't know that.
You should try Tanduay. Alright. So
Okay, fine.
yun, so we just missed drinking Tanduay with my college buddy. Even high school buddies. So we tried drinking it. We got three long necks.
Long snack, charot.
Long necks.
Long snacks.
Long snacks.
And then we consumed, tatlo lang kami nun kasi yung iba hindi
Tig-isa
available. So parang lumalabas na tig-isa kami. And
Okay.
what happened was, natulog kami sa daan nung subdivision.
Here?
Ha?
In Manila?
Here in Manila.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Kasi hindi na yun bago sa Dumaguete, no? Pero bago yun sa Manila.
yun, simply because we missed drinking Tanduay, natulog kami sa daan, literally na sa daan na.
Pero sa province na ito.
Dito nga, sa
Where here?
Manila. Ha?
Manila City?
Asan ba sila?
Siguro si Eunice kasi is asking kasi hindi niya alam yung story na to. Wow!
No, pero I actually like to give Jaytan his time for his barkada. Like yan, yung high school barkada niya. I appreciate also their presence in his life na
Oh,
without me.
I think this was Bikutan area.
Did you know
Ah.
that pag sobrang lasing ako, I smoke?
No,
I
I
smoke.
didn't know.
I smoke, yeah. So, ganito, when I'm with my workmates, pag sobrang lasing ako, I smoke.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
I tried once. Pero
I had pneumonia. No, early on pa
really?
to. Pero not recently.
You had
pero
pneumonia?
yung worst case ko of smoking, inubo ako. And
Pneumonia agad?
I was diagnosed with pneumonia kasi it was like a
Pero how frequent
week long or almost more than a week
na nag-smoke ka?
Yeah, I think it came to a point na because of this one guy I was dating was smoking, napasmoke na rin ako.
Ako, I tried lang once. Just because, para lang masabi ko lang that I tried it. Hindi
Craziest,
ako makahinga, friend. I'll never do it again.
craziest experience is, ikaw wala ka masyadong masabi, pero like craziest experience of drinking yan na yun, yung parang you slept in the subdivision.
Sa daan.
Okay.
So, grabe ako.
Suka kami ng suka sa
Nangyari din yan sa amin.
May tindahan ng distilling water distilling station. Sinukahan namin yung
Tang ina, seryoso ka?
Oo.
Ito, nangyari din yan sa amin. We were preparing for our class project, culinary school na to, class project. We went to Antipolo, house ng friend namin. We got so drunk. It was a nice subdivision. Sinukaan namin yung sidewalk doon in front of the house. And we fell asleep. Nakakahiya kasi the following day, yung lola ng classmate ko yung naglilinis ng suka namin. Oh my God.
Alam mo, when we talk about suka, what I remember, grabe talaga yung topic natin for the podcast.
Vomit. Our topic is vomit, guys.
No, because when Jaytan and I were dating, actually wala pa ata masyadong nakakaalam that we were dating. Alala mo yun, na sumuka ko tapos ikaw ang naglinis. College.
That has happened a lot of times.
Well, yeah, a lot of times.
Goals.
Kasi nga sobrang weak kong uminom. So, every time I vomit, si Jaytan yung naglilinis. Minsan gamit yung damit niya.
What?
What can you use?
Okay, totally unrelated, pero nangyari yan sa akin. But I vomited because of motion sickness. So yung katabi ko, kasi we were coming from a debate tournament. Yes, in
Debater kasi.
yes, in college I was a debater. I wasn't a good debater, but I was a debater. So we came from Cagayan de Oro. In the bus, pauwi na, sobrang kumain ako ng adobo before sa bus station. And so sobrang hilong-hilo ko, kasi I woke up, nakatulog ako. When I woke up, doon na kami sa mga winding roads.
Hindi pa ayos nun.
Hindi pa ayos. And so it was such a horrible experience. I could not help but vomit. And so hindi ko siya partner, pero like my org mate, like took out his jacket and like wiped the floor of my vomit with his jacket. As in, hi,
that's so
my sir,
sweet.
if you remember me, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry and please tell your
I'm
jacket.
so sorry. As in, yun
super
ata
sorry.
talaga, yun ata talaga pinaka-worst memory ko of like vomiting and all of that shit.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite memories nating tatlo in BGC mid-20s was
BGC talaga is a place to be. Wow! If you wanna...
yung getting drunk and then not wanting to go home. So, alam mo yung tipsy tayo, drunk,
We were in the
tapos
car.
we were walking around, tapos hanap na naman ng place to eat, and then
Yeah, no?
there was even a point that we wanted to sleep sa park sa
Yeah,
BGC.
so 28th, if I'm not mistaken.
And I think we seriously considered it.
It was fun.
And it was like
It
umuulan-ulan
was
na konti.
drizzling. Oh my God.
And we were running around.
Yeah.
So yeah, I may have the pinaka boring 20s sa ating tatlo. Pero yun yung treasure ko. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was. But I guess like if you're listening right now, obviously you might have experiences that are crazier than ours. Kasi I would still have to say na tame pa tayo. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would have to say na
Ako, super.
medyo tame pa tayo. So definitely you might have crazier experiences. I've had crazy experiences na hindi ko muna sasabihin ngayon.
Next time, pag-close na tayo. Ganyan.
Pag-close na tayo, guys, listeners, if you're listening. Pero yeah, I mean, since we're all sleepy and all of that, I think when we conceptualized the podcast, we were trying to think of a title. And the title our working title for this podcast is, what would you say to your younger self? Or now that we are at the age we're at, when we're crusty and old, like if we would go back in time and meet our younger selves, like what would we say? What piece of advice would we say, or would we say nothing and just let the child live
Ako
out his
parang
life?
I will not say anything.
Talaga?
Oo, kasi ang top of mind ko is to be kind to myself, work less. Pero thinking about it kasi
You had
you
had to go through that.
it was also who I was back then. And
That was your identity.
And I also cherished the time when I was that person who who would prefer not to sleep but just work 24
I can vouch
hours.
for that. Girl, grabe.
Oo, so now kasi I'm slowing down a bit. Pero I always look back. Yung experiences kasi at saka yung mga natutunan ko doon sa pagiging workaholic ko. Ang laki din ng naitulong. Like say for example, if I talk to people who are of same age as me and they get shocked of my work experiences. But it was like, well, because before I didn't have holidays, I didn't have nights, dawns, and weekends. It was all work. With play a bit in between. Pero parang sabi ko nga,
You devoted a huge chunk of it to your work.
pero
And it was okay.
when you have that energy pa, for me it was worth it kasi it taught me a lot. And now I think it's also the perfect time for me to start slowing down. So wala akong sasabihin sa relationship, lahat naman ng pinagdaanan namin ni Jada, ang dami kong natutunan. And lahat ng pagkakamali ko before, ang dami ko rin natutunan. So I'm
ibig sabihin
very
nun,
thankful.
wala kang sabihin sa younger self mo. You're just gonna give that person a hug. Parang
Yeah,
ganun.
oo.
Yeah.
Siguro.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good idea.
Nung mahilig pa ako mag-hug ng nang hindi ko
Ng
masyado
rando,
ka-close.
yeah. How about you, Jayton?
Well, I think I'd encourage myself more to to work on aligned goals and try to
Sa
uh,
career.
work my way to figuring out what I really want, because it's one of the challenging things to actually think about of what you really want to have at the end of the day, or in terms of career, ano ba talagang gusto mong ma-achieve.
Pero sa akin, sure ka.
Yes.
Career.
Wow! Wow!
Alright, so yun lang. Kasi right now medyo hindi pa ako yun, I'm still on a journey of trying to figure out ano ba talagang gusto ko
Yeah, gets ko yan.
gawin. Yeah.
But I think to give context lang with Jaytan, I think both of us were very curious people, and we want to learn new things all the time. And I think the realization right now that we're 30 is it's time for us to actually specialize and focus. Hindi na pwede yung kung anong trip mo. Like, you really,
Gets.
you become more mindful and intentional in how you spend your time and where you invest your time and efforts right
Yes.
now. Ikaw, G,
Oh my gosh. I think I will go a totally different direction from what
Go
you're
ahead.
saying. Pero I think this is too personal to say, so I'm just going to like parang wow, as if may may snippet lang. Ganito. If I would meet my younger self, because I'm somebody who tends to live in the past and the future and not the present, sasabihin ko lang sa kanya na that your 20s will be difficult. Emotionally, mentally, your 20s will be very difficult because you're going to learn a lot of things. You're going to learn the hard truths about accepting and loving your parents. You're going to learn the hard truths about finding your career path. You're going to learn the hard truths about being an adult. And right now, hindi ka pa tapos. I'm far from finished. So, I'm just going to say that to my younger self para lang kumalma siya. Because putang ina, my 20s were mentally stressful. Like parang it just felt like, and I like to quote this a lot in my head. Alam mo yung song ni Katy Perry na Firework?
Mhm.
When she asked that question, wow, hi Katy Perry.
Hi, Katy Perry. If
Wow.
you're listening.
Oh, parang, like when she sang na parang, do you ever feel like a plastic bag floating through the wind, wanting to start again? Ang daming beses sa 20s ko na nangyari yan sa akin. I'm not gonna like name the instances, pero it just really, and hindi nyo to guys alam, pero it really felt, ang daming beses, it felt that way. So maybe these moments are necessary. I agree with Eunice, but I just want to reassure that person na you're not going, hopefully you're going to be okay, and it's going to be okay. Even if it's not, it's going to be okay. Parang ganun. And on the other, and to add to that pa, it's are there things that I wish I could have done differently? Yes, definitely. Like parang sana, as in 100%, sana ganito na lang yung ginawa ko. Again, I think this is too personal to share, so hindi ko muna share. Pero yeah, there's like one or two major moments in my life na sana iniba ko yung reaction ko. Iniba ko yung reaction ko sa situation. And I guess that happens. I don't want to be that person who lives with regret. So if I want to tell my younger self, my 20-year-old self na even if it'll be difficult, it's just gonna be okay. Here's a hug. I want my 40-year-old self to tell my 30-year-old self na you should not be so. You should not hold on to the handlebars of control too much. Because I think that's what's happening in my life right now. Na parang I want control, and because I'm not getting control, it stresses me out.
Yeah.
Kaya may soju. That's why this podcast is powered by soju.
All
Not the
right.
drag queen, but the drink.
Okay, so I think it has been a very rich discussion.
Vulnerable.
For
I think it's been very vulnerable.
vulnerable.
Wow.
Vulnerable is the
Vulnerable.
Very
Because
a very poignant
soju.
discussion.
Yeah, sobering.
Yeah, also inspired by Umbrella Academy Season 2.
Oh
That's
God, ang ganda,
That's
guys.
why I won't say anything to my
Hey Justin Min.
my old
Hi.
self. It might
Hi.
change the timeline.
Wow.
Charot.
Yeah, exactly that din though. No? Pero parang puta,
Because you'll never know. It might turn for the worst also if you, diba?
that's a good point. Maybe I wouldn't be as close with you guys as I am right
Posible.
now if I did choose a different path. So,
Definitely. You'll be with somebody else. You'll be spending the Thursday night with him.
excuse me.
But if they break up, he'll be back with us.
Wow. Gano'n na ba ako?
Alright, so again,
Friend. Halos lahat naman ng
Moments in
ng
my life.
friends. Hindi, not just exclusively with you. I think nakaka-relate ang ibang mga listeners. We have a lot of friends who actually take time to be with their partners when they have one.
Oh,
And I as a friend,
Yeah.
I really like to give that time also for my friend to enjoy the love life part.
speaking of friendship though, like I could honestly say that because of this lockdown, because of this pandemic, bubuhatin ko mga bangko nyo ha. but like
Galit pa siya pero
but like it's because of this lockdown, because of this pandemic, like at this point in my life, um even if life did throw a lot of challenges at us, for me particularly, it made me revisit and realize that as much as I don't have a partner, I really don't need a partner in my life right now because I have friends.
Mhm.
I have, and sinasabi ko to in my head at I'm announcing it for anybody who would listen. Na honestly, like, oh nga, it's nice to have a partner, but to have a kind of friendship that is so beautiful, it would make you cry.
Mm.
Seryoso ako. Like right now, I'm so thankful. Like I'm so thankful for the kinds of friendship, the quality of friendship. I don't have a lot of friends, guys, but the quality of friendships that I have right now,
The kind that produces podcasts.
yeah, the kind that produces podcasts, the kind that would watch Drag Race with you. Grabe. I mean, honestly, that's what you might not need a jowa, but you need friends. Okay?
Yeah.
Yan yung takeaway for tonight.
Yes, and that's it for our episode for tonight. And we hope you learned some things and you enjoyed also listening to
I mean,
us.
if you're bored, if you're nakapila sa grocery or about to fall asleep, like, and if you're listening to us, thank you. Thank you. Episode 3 pa lang to, but I think we still have a ways to go. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, again, I would like to thank you for spending the past hour with us, listening to our ramblings.
And grabe no, umabot pa rin tayo ng 1 hour. In my head, abot lang tayo ng 30 minutes ngayon dahil short lang yung topic. Apparently not. So anyway, thank you guys.
So this is
PG30.
PG30 signing
Wow.
out.
Okay, so guys, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye guys, thank you.